Hey guys, how's it going? It's Drakes here, and today I'm angry. Because not only can I not see my own forehead, but this darkness was trying to frame my boy Ventus in being Strelitzia's killer. And not only that, but it had the audacity to kill the best girl in the Kingdom Hearts series. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Strelitzia's best girl. Oh, who am I kidding? All Kingdom Hearts girls are best girls. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. Today, I want to talk about the entire summary of the events that led to Strelitzia's death, as well as everything that happened afterwards, and things like that. If you guys want to see the latest JP cutscene about the truth of Strelitzia, I'll leave a link to Everglow's video where he translates the entirety of the scene. But yeah, Everglow is an awesome Kingdom Hearts channel that uploads all the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross cutscenes, so definitely check it out if you want to know the story in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. But if you guys don't know, Strelitzia is one of the characters in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. She really only had maybe 5 minutes of screen time. Recently, JP just got they're celebrating the 5th anniversary right now, and they updated their story quest, and in the updated story quest, they sort of explained the truth of what happened to Strelitzia. Honestly, I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing her name right, but hopefully I am. But anyways, they explain the truth of what happens. So I'm going to talk about the events leading to it, and the event of what happened, and then what happened afterwards. So anyways, to start off this video, Strelitzia is basically Luarium's sister. So if you guys don't know, Luarium is basically Marluxia in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. And essentially, she's kind of your player's secret admirer. She doesn't really know your player's name, she doesn't really talk to them at all, but she admires you for some reason. And every day or every so often, she would sit in the top of the rooftops and watch your player walk around town, which it's kind of a little bit weird because it's kind of like she's stalking you, but at the same time, I think the reason why she does that is because she's shy, and as much as she really wants to talk to the player, she can't really build the courage to do that, so that's why she kind of watches you on the top of the rooftop. But yeah, anyways, Strelitzia is essentially one of the few Keyblade wielders who were chosen to be a part of the Dandelions. And if you guys don't know, Dandelions is the group of Keyblade wielders who, after the Keyblade War, will leave the Daybreak Town and continue the tradition of the Keyblade wielders and just keep Light alive. So yes, those are the group that Ava picked. So yeah, she was one of the chosen ones, and she also, out of the Dandelions, she was chosen to be the next Union leader by Ava. If you guys seen some of the other story cutscenes, originally Strelitzia was very undecided on whether or not she wants to join the Dandelions, mostly because she knew that the player character was not part of the Dandelions, and she didn't want to join the Dandelions because if she did, she wouldn't be able to talk to the player, because like I said before, she was really shy and she was trying to build up the courage to talk to the player, but she couldn't. So yeah, she knew that if she joined Dandelions, she would no longer be able to talk to the player or be able to get the chance to talk to the player, so that's why she's undecided. We see that cutscene in the newest chapter of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, the English version. We just got that cutscene, but it's basically the scene where she talks to Luarium in the Field of Flowers. But eventually she does join the Dandelions. I'm pretty sure Marluxia or Luarium was able to convince her. There, like before, she was chosen by Ava to be the next junior leader, and she got the rulebook from Ava. And once she got the rulebook, I think Strelitzia was supposed to be the one who gets the Book of Prophecies, because on the list of names that the Master of Masters gave Ava, there was one name that was circled, I believe in red, and that person was supposed to get the Book of Prophecies. So I believe Strelitzia was supposed to be the one who receives it, but eventually Brain is the one who gets it because Ava wanted to change fate, so she decided to give the Book of Prophecies to Brain instead of Strelitzia. So that's basically her last chance, or basically her last stand on changing fate. So that's the reason why Strelitzia didn't get the Book of Prophecies. But Ava did tell Strelitzia ahead of time that the Keyblade War is coming. She didn't really say it in the cutscene, it basically fades to black, but she basically said that the world's about to, and then it ends right there. The cutscene ends. So I'm assuming that that's the reason why Strelitzia knows about the Keyblade War, because Ava told her everything. Because like I said before, Strelitzia is probably the one who's supposed to get the Book of Prophecies, and since that, she's giving it to Brain instead to change fate. Like she probably want to give her some information at least. That way, she at least knows. Since she was the one supposed to receive the book in the first place. Yeah, anyways, after Ava told Strelitzia everything, she heads back home and she kind of thinks over what she's gonna do. And she was like, you know what? Since the war is coming, I really want the player character to join the Dandelions and basically to be saved from the gruesome Keyblade War. So she decides that she's gonna wake up in the morning and go to the fountain where the player always hangs out and invite the player to join Dandelions. So the next morning she gets up, she goes to the fountain and waits for the player. The player never shows up, and Charity comes and is like, I found the player. The player is here. Like I saw him go in here. So Strelitzia, she goes in there in the dark house, and there she gets attacked and basically killed. And then she's walking out the door, and there she kind of, remembers all the times she saw the player, and she was kind of regretting how she wasn't able to talk to the player once. And then you see her fade away, and then her heart flies up into the sky, like Kingdom Hearts usually is. But yeah, that's basically all we knew until the recent story chapters. So essentially in the newest JP story quest, we found out exactly what happens to her during that moment. Because at the time we didn't know who killed her, everybody's speculating, all that stuff. But as most of you guys probably know by now, this cutscenes have been out for a while, so you guys probably know who the killer is, and that is technically Darkness. But also technically Ventus. Like, he essentially an accomplice. He didn't really kill her, it's more so the Darkness that killed her, but he was there. So to summarize what happens, Ventus got an invitation from Ava to meet with him in the old abandoned house. And there Ventus, he goes inside the house. It's all dark, he can't see anything. He walks deeper in the house, and there Strelitzia comes inside the house looking for the player. And then she walks deeper into the room. You see Ventus pop out of the shadows, and then Darkness is next to him. And then the Darkness takes out Strelitzia, and then Darkness is like, Ventus, get the rulebook. And then Ventus, being controlled by Darkness, he takes the rulebook, and him and the Darkness walk together. Once the Darkness hits the light, turned into Ava, and they both walk to the clock tower, talking about Ventus being the new union leader, and that's basically everything that Ventus remembers. And also you see, right before Strelitzia does the whole thing where she is walking and talking about the player character, she also mumbles Luarium's name. So also another part before that, Charity, or Strelitzia's Charity, he or she, I don't know if it's a guy or girl, he sees the player character and Skuld walk into the abandoned house. And that's why he went to Strelitzia and told her that players in the abandoned house, because Charity saw, the player character walk in there. And at the time, or during that day, Strelitzia was trying to find the player character. So that's the reason why she went in there, and why Charity told her about it. At the time, I don't think the player character and Skuld were actually there. Either they were, the Darkness transforming himself into those two to lure Strelitzia in there, or they actually went in there, like the player character and Skuld actually went in there. We don't know yet, but we're gonna assume that it might be Darkness that went in there. I'm just gonna assume, I think it is, because I feel like the Darkness is probably trying to lure her in there and then take her out. Yeah, I could be wrong, but for now we're kind of just speculating. So yeah, and when I said that the killer was, technically Ventus, the thing is, we all know that Ventus has a, evil Darkness inside of him. Like, we know that because of Vanitas. We don't know if the Darkness was originally inside Ventus the entire time, or, a real thing, but eventually just went inside of him. Like, the thing is, Ventus's heart is pure. Like, Ventus essentially is pure light, but where there is light, there's always darkness. So the stronger the light, the stronger the darkness. So it wouldn't surprise me if Ventus, all along, he had the darkness inside of him, but it just came out now. The thing that counters Ventus having the darkness inside him all along is that the darkness was able to talk to Maleficent. So if the darkness was inside Ventus all along, I feel like it wouldn't have been able to move by itself and talk to Maleficent if it was inside Ventus. So it kind of leads me to believe that the darkness was its own being, but eventually went inside of Ventus. That way it can, survive the Keyblade War and be able to wreak havoc afterwards. At least I think so. But I could be wrong. The darkness could have been inside Ventus for the entire time, and we don't know yet. Hopefully they explain that in the future. But yeah, essentially, the darkness was the real killer, not Ventus. Ventus was more so of an accomplice, but that doesn't really excuse him from being the killer, because like before, we don't know whether or not the darkness was inside him the entire time, or was its own being. If it was inside him the entire time, then technically Ventus is also at fault because, he had the darkness inside of him. So, even though he didn't voluntarily kill her and technically didn't kill her at all, he sort of is responsible for it, if that makes any sense. Also, some people saying that the darkness is Ava is not Ava. It took form as Ava when they walked out of the house, but it's not Ava. Darkness can take any form, so that's why it took shape of Ava. So, Ava's not, the darkness, like Ava didn't kill Strelitzia. It just, the darkness took the form of Ava to confuse Ventus. Also, there's another cutscene where after Luarium fights Maleficent, he kind of gets knocked out and he has a dream where he was talking to Strelitzia in the Field of Flowers. I think it's the same cutscene where Luarium was trying to convince Strelitzia to be a dandelion. After that cutscene was over, there was a huge gust of wind that kind of blew some petals into the air, and there Strelitzia disappeared, and then she reappeared in front of Marluxia in a white robe, symbolizing that she died to Luarium, because at the time Luarium did not know what happened to Strelitzia. All he knows was that she disappeared before the Keyblade War, so that kind of let Luarium know that Strelitzia is gone. But that's kind of everything that happened to Strelitzia at this point. That's all the cutscenes we know. At least I believe so. I kind of rewatched not all the cutscenes, I kind of rewatched half of the cutscenes starting from the end of the Keyblade War to everything till now. So I essentially understand 95% of Union Cross's story, so there's some stuff that I probably missed, or I could have, got confused on. I'm not like HMK or the Gamers Joint. My knowledge in Kingdom Hearts is not as great as them, so I could be wrong, but I think that's what happened. If I ever missed anything or if I got anything wrong, definitely let me know. Yeah, overall, the Union Cross story is very interesting. It really stinks that, Strelitzia had to be killed off. When I think about it, I feel like she's not dead because, well, you saw this, white robe. Even though it could have been, a dream, it's still possible that she's still alive. Not only that, but I feel like everybody in Kingdom Hearts, they don't really die. No one dies in Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, I don't believe she's dead. There was, that one star at the final world that could have been Strelitzia, but we don't really know. She didn't really say her name or anything like that. But yeah, if Naminé was able to live from being a star in the final world, then Strelitzia might be able to come back to life, but we don't know. Maybe Nomura might do that, but we'll see. I feel like Strelitzia is one of those characters that got killed off too quickly, and I feel like she has more to her than just that. But then again, we never know. It will really stink if she's only relegated to that. Hopefully she does have a bigger role eventually in the future, but we'll see. We'll see how this story Union Cross unfolds, as well as the future of Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, just let me know what you guys thought about everything that happened to Strelitzia, and what do you guys think about the story of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross as a whole? I was kind of confused on how the timeline of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross was, but after rewatching all the cutscenes and, just reading some summaries and whatever, I figured out that Kingdom Hearts Key is essentially what happens in the real world, and then Kingdom Hearts Key ends with the Keyblade War, and after the Keyblade War, any of the survivors or dandelions, they got sent to the Sleeping Realm, also known as the Unchained Realm, which is basically Unchained Key, and there they are reliving their life again in the Unchained Realm, which I believe it's the Data Daybreak Town. They're essentially reliving their life, which is why with Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, you have to replay the game again. That's basically the player reliving the life again, but this time there is no Keyblade War. They took that out of it, so essentially Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key or Union Cross is the sequel to Kingdom Hearts Key, and Union Cross is basically the second season. Everything happens after you relive the life again without the Keyblade War. So it's kind of confusing. If you guys want me to make a video explaining the entirety of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross so far, definitely let me know. I kind of want to make that video once the story of Union Cross comes to an end and the game shuts down. But if you guys want me to make it earlier, definitely let me know. But yeah, that's kind of about it for this video. I kind of just wanted to talk about Strelitzia's story and just give my thoughts on it, just to theorize on some of the stuff that we don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought on. I'm really sad that Strelitzia died. Like I really wish before Kingdom Hearts Union Cross ends, she will be able to talk to the player character at least once. At this point of the story, the player character already knows about Strelitzia. The player character did not know about Strelitzia at first, and after talking to Luarium and Ephemer, or Ephemera, like I don't remember if there's an A at the end of his name or not, but yeah, after talking to them, the player character knows about Strelitzia. So yeah, at least there's that. But that's kind of about it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you got more of these type of videos where I just talk about Kingdom Hearts lore, definitely let me know. I haven't done a video like this in a very long time. I do enjoy talking about Kingdom Hearts lore. It's just that when I usually do, I kind of script the videos, and scripting videos takes so long. This video is not scripted, if you guys can't tell. I'm basically talking, you know, on the top of my head, so if I forget anything, that's why. Like, I couldn't really plan ahead of time and write everything out. And I kind of like doing videos like this because, well, it's more of my raw thoughts, and that is a lot more fun than scripting videos in my opinion. But at the same time, I do like scripting videos because I can plan ahead of time, so I don't know. But yeah, I just want to give my thoughts. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of about it for this video. If I did forget anything, I'll definitely leave a comment talking about what I forgot. But I also forgot to mention that in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, if you are able to pull any of the illustrated medals that come out during this month, I believe right now there is illustrated Sora, Kairi, and Riku, and they also could be releasing illustrated medals for Terra, Aqua, and Ventus, and also for Xion, Axel, and Roxas. So I think if you pull like any of them, you actually get a commemorative medal, and that medal is actually a Strelitzia medal. So if you guys, you know, want a Strelitzia medal, definitely try to pull until you get one of those medals. I believe if you pull multiple of them, you can get multiple Strelitzias. I could be wrong, but the artwork for the Strelitzia medal is on Twitter. I believe it's on Kingdom Hearts Union Cross's Japanese PR account. You see a letter from Nomura talking about the 5th anniversary, and at the end he has a little sketch of Strelitzia holding a Charities, and that's basically the medal. If you guys are interested, anyway. I'm not sure if any of you guys really play Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, because I feel like a lot of people don't like Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, so it's understandable. It's a mobile game, and it's not really that interesting. So, yeah, but I really enjoy it. So, I pulled once already, and I got an illustrated Kairi, so I think I should be good to get the Strelitzia medal, but I'm definitely going to be pulling for the other illustrated medals anyway. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want more Kingdom Hearts videos like this, or Kingdom Hearts Union Cross summoning videos or gameplay videos, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.